Today you'll hear the story of Dominic, who joined AllinTraders a few months ago and has already earned 800,000 zlotys. How much profit have you managed to generate during the time you've been with us? At this moment, it's 800,000 zlotys. As he says himself, he's at the stage of quitting his day job to fully focus on trading. The only thing I really need to do now is finish up and complete my current notice period at work. Now the key question, how can you repeat such a result? I asked Dominic specifically about his settings in the AI system, and also how he did it. Do you use Pavlo's settings, or did you come up with your own? Alright, that's the first question. Tell us a few words about yourself. What do you do on a daily basis? What does it look like? On a daily basis, I'm an engineer. I work in the energy industry. However, I'm planning on giving that up completely, because the results I'm currently getting with this, the outcomes and performance from AI and trading are exceptionally rewarding and consistent. So I just want to dedicate my full attention to those areas and broaden my investment portfolio slightly. The money I've earned into other financial instruments, maybe into other passive income streams. Okay, and tell me, why did you decide to get into trading in the first place? How long ago was that? Oh, about 4 to 5 years ago. I actually wrote all of the algorithms myself, and I spent a lot of time trying to develop strategies on my own, focusing primarily on the Forex market and currency pairs, specifically focusing on the exchange between the British pound and the US dollar. It was actually going quite well, but up until the second time Trump was elected, that's when my whole strategy fell apart and something just didn't work out, simply put. Okay, so how did you come across AllinTraders? Did you just stumble upon it somewhere on the internet, or were you specifically interested because we had something developed? Our AI system? I actually came across you some time ago, back when you didn't even have it, when there was no talk of AI at all. So, okay, did you have any concerns before joining the project? Not really. I think one of the meetings with Pavel cleared up those doubts, because he spoke about it quite matter-of-factly. There weren't any hidden things like invite someone, 3 participants, and then you get an account for $250. Because I've already been through so many things like that. That's kind of standard in the trading industry. Yeah, let's say it's a standard. Now I think the standard is also signals. Yes, that's how it showed up, but before you guys, I stumbled on small financial pyramid recruiting people and so on. Okay, so it sounds like you already had some previous experience with education, but it wasn't really as effective as you hoped. Is that a fair assessment of the situation? Well, let's call it education. How long after watching the webinar with Pavel, or that first ad, did you start making money from trading? About 6 months. I also took some breaks here and there, a bit longer ones, because of my professional work in that. It dragged on a bit like that. So, how long have you been with us at AllinTraders now? You know, it's been about a year now. Tell me, what tools do you actually use for trading since you started making money in such a short time? So, only and exclusively the AI trading system 4.2. Okay, so just to be clear, you don't trade manually, you only use... I use your tool, yes. Okay, and roughly how much time would you say you spend trading every single day? It is the specific time window from 2 o'clock in the morning until 2 o'clock in the afternoon, broker time. Out of curiosity, let me ask, what does your day look like as a profitable trader? How does it look? Do you wake up in the morning and immediately sit down in front of the charts? Or do you focus on your regular job first? No, I am constantly and meticulously monitoring the charts. I have every single one of the trading apps on my phone. I try to keep myself fully up to date with the latest trends. Even though this is an algorithm, I still try to keep an eye on it. You know how it is, the market behaves differently, especially on Mondays now during this wartime, post-war, pre-war period. I don't know what else might happen. These are difficult times, so I try to keep my finger on the pulse. I stay up a bit later at night to check, especially on those Mondays, to make sure there aren't any major fluctuations, just so I don't end up leaving the trading day on Monday with something crashing or something bad happening. And you also mentioned that you plan to switch to full-time trading? Tell me, what's holding you back at this point? Do you still need some kind of certainty that AI system actually works?
It is really nothing quite like that at all. I just need to complete the full duration of my remaining notice period at work, and then I can finally and simply move on to the next chapter. To cruise. I am also a property and landowner, whether that is a happy or unhappy circumstance. So I can quite easily obtain comprehensive insurance coverage there and start to be a farmer. And tell us, how much profit have you managed to generate during the time you've been with us? At this moment, it's 800,000 zlotys. And this is a period of, I don't know, 4 months or a whole year? Actually, no. This is from the beginning of October until the present time. Okay, October 2025, I get it. And what equity capital did you start with? 100,000. So we're talking about zlotys? Zlotys, yeah. Okay, so let's clarify this. I understand that all these results you're achieving are on a real account. It's not some demo. It's not some kind of prop trading? No. I downloaded the AI system, set up the right functions, and honestly, it just runs on its own. So, big congratulations and applause to Pavel and the team who created the algorithm, because what they've done is really impressive. And how do you generally rate Pavel's approach to trading and his way of sharing knowledge? It's simple, clear, and easy to understand. He doesn't mess around with any hidden agendas like, buy my books or anything like that, and so on, like what was happening elsewhere. What happened 20 to 30 years ago has absolutely no reflection in what's happening today. That's why all economic books are no longer relevant when it comes to trading. I'm not talking about investing, I'm talking about trading. Tell us, when you joined the project, did you expect that the amounts would be like this? I wished for it. Okay, so you kind of predicted it? You know, once you spend some time on this, when you've been at it for a while and you see what the possibilities are, what it's like, the turnover of that money. Every day around $500 or $600 billion are traded on FOREX. So even just a drop of that is already an incredible profit. During your journey to this result, tell me, how many days were in the green and how many in the red, statistically speaking? It's about 90 to 10, something like that. Especially now with this new AI trading system, it's just unbelievable. I think it's 89 to 11, something like that. Okay, and per day, how much profit does such a system generate for you? Between 10,000 and 20,000 zlotys. It really varies. Tell me, which broker do you use on a daily basis? Well, AXI. Okay, so a broker who also collaborates here with ALLINTRADERS. Do you use Pavel's settings, or did you come up with your own? Also based on your experience with AI, which you mentioned earlier. It varies. At first it was Pavel's settings. Later, I think I just fine-tuned the trading hours so as not to stay in the market too long. And then the American market kind of chewed me up when I was trading on my own without AI. So I know there are huge fluctuations and so on. Because I trade gold. Tell me, how did your family and friends react to your trading results? I don't really brag about it for now. I keep a cool head about it. The main thing is not to get carried away by those results. Because getting carried away and bragging about, that's not a good approach. So I don't do it. One more question. Will you attend All-In Camp this year? I actually have a surgery scheduled in that time, so unfortunately this year for sure I won't make it. But I did consider it. Yes, I did consider it. Okay, well, there will be a lot of AI at the camp. Pavel will be showing new updates there, especially about AI Kintel, so it's definitely worth showing up. If you want to find out which system Dominic used, sign up for the free workshop that will take place on Sunday at 8 p.m. You'll find the link below.